Hello everybody, we are here with a super special guest, which is Cecilia Rimstedt. Hello Cecilia.
Hello.
Welcome here with us. So first of all, can you tell us something about the Swedish team playing in this championship and how are they feeling and what has been going on till now?
That's a very open question. It feels great to be here, and it's nice to have started the tournament. And we are at the moment in 8th place, and that feels all right. Yeah.
You have some work to do to
we have
catch
some,
up.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But the feeling and the spirit in the team is very good, and it's a great team to play.
I know that Sweden is a very super good school because a lot of juniors are already playing in the open teams and in the women teams. How does it feel for you? Because you are 4 brothers playing 2 for the women team and 2 for the open team. Are you proud of your family and of your school and of your parents?
Yes, of course. It's great to have the siblings all playing, and that they are so good, and that's it's wonderful to be here, all of us at the same time, and support each other. And
yeah, I might say that from outside the Swedish team is always really tight. You're always together, you're always having dinner together, but at the same time you're really easygoing with all the teams. And do you think you learned it because in the Nordic Cup and in the Nordic world you always have championship within each other and you know each other from a very long time? That's probably why?
Yeah, I guess that could be the reason. I haven't really thought about it, why that's the case, but yeah, that's probably one reason. I mean, especially as juniors, we do a lot of things together, all the juniors.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah.
Alberto, do you want to ask something to Cecilia?
Well, after your women's speech, I would like to make 2 very technical questions. The first one is if she would like to play again in Italy, because she played in many championships.
Yes, of course. It has been very nice to come to Italy and play, and I would love to do that again.
Yeah. The second one, but I don't expect an answer. Do you know that Simon and Garfunkel wrote the song Cecilia, knowing that you were going to burn a few years later?
Of course, they were thinking about me when we... Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks everybody, and we are going back to the VuGraph. There is the new match, the 5th match, and it's gonna be France against China. So the home team against one of the thought to be the strongest team. So we'll catch up later, and thank you Cecilia for being here with us.
Thank you.
See you later.
Il a eu la carte d'entame. C'était pour, voilà, il a pensé que ça provenait de Dame 10, 8, 7 et il a mis le valet du mort. Oups. Donc une levée qui s'envole.
Big defensive accident. De Caro played ace and another club, on which both the Queen and King appeared.
En fait, le 10 de cœur est placé, donc le déclarant n'a rien perdu. Voilà.
I apologize. In the closed room, I thought the auction was over in 2 hearts. North balanced with 2 spades, and will be playing there, since 2 hearts was probably going to make. 2 spades won't be that expensive. He has 3 heart tricks via the ruff, a diamond and a club, and probably a spade trick for 2 down. Maybe he can find a way to make a 7th trick, but 8 looks a long way away. Of course, if he can hold his club losers to 1, he's in good shape.
He might be able to if defenders insist on hearts, thereby giving him 3 of those, and then he can discard a club, so then he would only lose 1 club.
Good point.
A diamond and 3 spades.
Defenders have led the King of Spades against 2 hearts in the closed room. And meanwhile, in one no trump, Declarer has abandoned clubs to play on spades, so he's trying to make 2 club tricks, 3 heart tricks, a diamond and a spade. The defenders might get 3 spades, 2 hearts, and a club first. Can they also get a diamond?
And they attack diamonds somewhere along the line. They can get 3 diamond tricks, I think. They get 3 diamonds, 3 spades, and a club.
Donc Quentin, après avoir défilé ses cœurs, va bien entendu jouer la dame de carreau.
Defenders have 5 tricks, East is on lead, and if he plays diamonds, he can set up winners for his partner.
If he plays a club, he can set up a club for himself, but he won't get it.
Voilà, la dame de carreau jouée.
Well done.
In 2 spades, the defenders cashed ace king of spades and shifted to a heart. Declares taking his heart ruff and dummy, so I think he's probably going to go 2 down in 2 spades.
Donc Est-Ouest ont de quoi jouer la manche.
5-0 trump break makes 4 spades impossible, I guess.
Je crois que Jean-Christophe a ouvert d'un sans atout, donc ils vont jouer 3 sans atout.
Yes, once East opens a no trump rather than a spade, East-West might lose their spade fit and be very happy with the consequences. I must say, if the opponent's bid to 3 no trumps, and I led the 4 of spades at trick 1 and saw dummy with a 6-5-3, I would hope for a little more from partner than a diamond discard on this auction.
Maintenant, Cédric Lorenzini doit choisir entre 4 piques et passer sur 300 atouts, mais là, il y a visiblement, le partenaire arrête aussi les carreaux.
It certainly seems more likely on this auction that South will lead a diamond than that he will lead a spade. If you could easily imagine after the no trump opening bid that if North doesn't double a diamond bid, that South will lead a spade against 3 no trumps, after which I think Declarer's task is relatively straightforward with hearts 3-3. It may still be easy enough to make even on a diamond lead.
Voilà, Cédric a passé sur 300 atouts.
Well, they're in 3 no trumps in the other room as well.
Without the double.
So how do we play 3 no trumps on a diamond lead? You win it in hand and go after hearts, I guess, because that's the suit that's more difficult to set up if the ace of diamonds is dislodged.
I think you make it even with a club return after heart ace.
That gives you your ninth trick: 4 hearts, 3 diamonds, a spade, and a club.
Just if you win the second heart and play, oh, you don't have another diamond, right?
Donc il a 2 lignes de jeu, effectivement, prendre en main avec le roi de carreau et affranchir les cœurs. Et deuxième possibilité, voilà, c'est ce qu'il a fait.
For the record, in the other room, Combeskill led a spade, and Declara won that trick cheaply, and I guess he's going to play the Queen of Hearts. And if that holds, he might now go back to spades.
What will that do if he plays a spade now, instead of continuing hearts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It might come down to a club guess.
Voilà, il joue les piques maintenant.
I think now. He might well come down to that.
Il pense avoir 9 levées, et ben il en a que 8. Mais comme l'adversaire va être obligé de jouer trèfle, sans doute.
In the other room, spade lead to the 7, heart to the king, and a second spade. So Declara, having taken 1 heart trick with 3 diamonds and 4 spades to come, can set up the spade, and if the defenders play diamonds, I guess you win, cash the spades, and play another heart. It's a little awkward. You might actually win, I suppose, the diamond in hand and play a heart first to unscramble all the entries. You can win the diamond, play the Queen of Hearts, and if the defenders take it and play another diamond, you have spade entries to hand. That's probably the right thing to do, I guess. In this room, it's not so straightforward.
Donc la solution chutante pour Sud, c'est As-Valet de trèfle, le 3e en or, avec une ouverture à 14 chez Quentin. Donc il va sans doute jouer le 10 de trèfle.
As Michelle says, if you shift to a club now, and maybe partner has ace-jack, 3rd of clubs, and Declara is open to 14 count, we've all come across people who've miscounted their high cards like that. Zhao's play of the 10 of clubs actually gives Declara a second club trick. He may not be able to take advantage of that trick.
Oh no, that was good.
So I think De Clara finished with 9, whereas, no, he finished with 10 apparently.
Yeah, he got the club trick.
Okay, he did get a second club, right. Okay. And in the other room, after a diamond lead, Combesco won the, after a spade lead, Combesco won the king of spades and shifted to the queen of clubs. So I think De Clara is also going to finish with 10 tricks. In fact, if they don't cash the ace of hearts, he might even make 11, perhaps. 10 or 11, so no swing at most in him.
Donc, Cédric avait une petite envie de dire 2 carreaux sur l'ouverture d'un pic, mais il ne l'a pas fait.
Board 3, east-west vulnerable, dealer south. West restrained himself from overcalling 2 diamonds over a spade. Had he done so, he would have put himself in significant jeopardy. I wonder, Pierre Michel, how many pairs do you think will overcall 2 diamonds and be doubled for penalties from the senior field? What would be your guess?
In France, nobody overcalled 2 diamonds with this hand.
We all say that we don't overcall 2 diamonds, and some of us actually don't. Once in a while.
Too many actually do it. We saw that already yesterday. Anyway, it might be, because 2 diamonds pass, South has to double and not hit 2 hearts.
Yes.
Je suis étonné du pass de Sud. Ça aurait mérité une petite proposition, peut-être.
It's less risky in France because North can never double it for penalty. En France, on peut dire le 2 carreaux parce que Nord.
Oui, c'est vrai. Nord ne contrôle jamais.
Il faut passer.
Oui. Donc il y a un 300 atouts à jouer en nord-sud. À mon avis, dans la salle fermée, on est malade. Je pense que Sud va reparler par 3 cœurs, sans doute. Ce qu'il y a de plus simple, voilà. Et Nord a une enchère de 300 atouts.
So in the closed room, Combescoeur has made a game try. He's bid 3 hearts, and his partner has jumped to 4 spades. So the final contract in the other room will be 4 spades, and we'll see our first real swing of the match, one way or the other. It does look as if 4 spades is going to make 10 tricks, a diamond, a club loser, and a spade.
Are you a supporter of the losing trick count?
I've never heard of it, I'm sorry.
You're English, you must have heard of it.
We actually believe that the losing trick count is simply a license to overbid.
I don't agree. Look at this one, you have a 5 loser hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
If 2 spades is a constructive raise, then I might move with the south hand. If 2 spades is 6 to 10, then I would not move, with nobody vulnerable. I saw an 1100 in the Bermuda Bowl, I think. We'll see that again in 1 second.
Interesting. Somebody went down in 4 spades with a spade lead, after the spade lead.
In the Bangladesh-Chinese Taipei match, East-West played 3 diamonds because West did not overcall 2 diamonds over a spade, my guess is, but then when it went a spade pass, 2 spades pass, he thought that was a safer moment to come into the auction, and North told him to the contrary. Very unlucky. West did have spade length, but argued his partner might be short in spades. Unfortunately, he brought about the worst possible dummy you could imagine, coupled with the worst possible lie of the opponent's cards.
Donc,
I wonder whether 4 spades might go down on a trump promotion if West leads the king of diamonds and declarer wins it and plays a second diamond, and the defenders cash the ace of clubs and play a third diamond roughed with the king of spades.
là, c'est ce qui s'est passé. It happened.
Okay.
It happened here.
So now declarer doesn't automatically have 2 trump losers because he can play a low trump maybe towards the 10-9 third, but if he takes a heart rough in dummy, now he might lose a second trump trick, a diamond and the ace of clubs. In 2 spades, of course, you can afford to do that. Combiscio has not yet played from dummy to the first trick. The opening lead is, of course, the king of diamonds. But it's actually, you could go down without having done anything particularly stupid on the lead of the king of diamonds. And in fact, Combiscio ducked the king of diamonds. So now best defense is probably to continue with the second diamond at once. Well, we'll keep you posted on the result in 4 spades in the closed room. If they move too far in front, we'll consider switching tables, but for the time being, we'll stay with this one.
Ouverture un carreau en or, réponse un cœur, j'imagine. Les deux paires jouent un système naturel.
You would imagine North will rebid 2 clubs rather than a no trump.
Oui, yes.
And South can bid 2 diamonds. And it's not clear that Quentin will balance over that. If his king of diamonds was the king of hearts, he might feel differently.
Bon, Quentin réfléchit. Non, voilà, il réfléchit même pas. Il n'y a pas de manche à gagner avec son jeu, donc inutile de prendre des risques.
An interesting lead problem for East. You could make a case for a club, a heart, or a spade, but the jack of clubs is probably the most passive of the options available.
Donc, Lorenzini va prendre de l'as de cœur et rejouer la dame de pique, je suppose.
We'll probably switch tables at the end of this hand. They're still playing 4 spades in the other room. On the previous deal, king of diamonds led and ducked, and Dai accurately continued with a second diamond. So the
Alors, on va
fence,
pique coupé.
they're rough, but it's with a trump trick. So declarer will lose a spade and a rough, a heart and 2 diamonds, making 8 tricks for a decent result, I guess. Kiko, can we switch rooms? I don't think 2 diamonds is going to be interesting, and 4 spades is still interesting, so if we can switch to the other room, please. Thank you, Simon. Okay, we're switching to the other room, going back to the hand that we saw played in 2 spades before. King of diamonds led, ducked all round. A second diamond, declarer won the jack. The man with his head in his hands, who appears to be thinking very hard, is dummy, Jérôme Wombo.
So why do you think is he thinking maybe I made the wrong bid? My jack, I didn't know my jack of diamonds would take a trick.
No, I think he's considering what to order for dinner.
Also possible, but it's a bit early to think about that.
In Lyon, it's probably one of the most important decisions one has to take every day.
True. Is he going to play another diamond to get rid of a club?
The fact that West continued with a diamond at the second trick argues that at least one of the club owners must be right. I think. If I had to guess what he would do, it would be to run the 10 of spades now.
Donc, Combescure doit sentir que l'as de carreau va être coupé.
Right.
Doit-il couper un cœur avant de jouer à tout?
Michel points out correctly that East signals to the first 2 tricks make it clear that the third round of diamonds will be roughed.
Et l'as de carreau, si on me coupe du 8 de pique, je risque de perdre une levée d'atout. Alors il se demande s'il rentre à cœur l'as pour jouer trèfle. C'est l'autre. Mais ça peut, c'est pas forcément urgent de peut-être un coup d'atout d'abord. On a le temps de couper.
Only one 11. Yeah.
So we were actually very pessimistic, Michel. We see a 3 diamonds double down 4 by the Polish women. So again, they must have passed and come back into the auction. A couple of tables went down in 4 spades. South Africa in the Dorsey Trophy went down only 500 in 2 diamonds doubled. Well done them. Pakistan in the Dorsey Trophy went for 802 diamonds.
Bon, il est en train de gagner son 4 pique, il a fait l'impasse à pique, coupe un cœur et maintenant il peut tirer l'as de carreau. Voilà.
Okay, so that was well guessed by declarer. And that's a 6-imp pickup. France leads 7-0 after 3 somewhat challenging deals that have taken half an hour or so. We move to board 4, where we saw 2 diamonds making, Wombo and Combiscure play an essentially natural system, but they do play a mini no trumpet, some vulnerabilities. And here, a one-spade overcall, a vulnerable one-spade overcall facing a passed partner by Yang. And West maybe will not be in on the joke. He's redoubling a spade to show a decent hand.
Le surcompte montre souvent un honneur pique. Je ne sais pas si c'est des points, on va voir à l'entame si l'entame est pique. Si on entame pique facilement, c'est sans doute
So West hasn't described his assets sufficiently, you can understand, but South may not realize his opponents are in a 7-card fit at this point. Depends what the redouble shows. Will South be tempted to bid 3 diamonds? I don't think he should, but you can understand why he might. Okay, well done by South, not to compete further. So
West n'a pas laissé jouer de carreaux. Maintenant, je pense qu'il va chuter quand même.
2 spades is not elegant, is it, Michel? 3 club losers, 2 trump losers, some heart losers. You've got 1 discard coming, but if you take the discard, then you allow the defenders to start a force. I suppose the best chance for you would be to play the Jack of Hearts at trick 2. Since you know the hearts are 4-1, the Jack of Hearts is a play that actually has quite a lot to recommend it. Not just the fact that it gives the opponents a chance to do something foolish. Okay, so I assume Declarer plans to cash the ace of diamonds to pitch a club loser, and maybe then he'll rough a diamond just to have another trick in the bank and cut loose with a club.
Et les piques 3-3.
You can see Declarer has 3 tricks in, and a diamond rough makes 4. I imagine he can probably come to 3 trump tricks. That's a total of 6 tricks. But tricks number 7 and number 8 seem quite a long way away.
Voilà, il joue la dame de pique, ici, il pense que les piques sont 3-3. Est-ce qu'il joue?
Yeah. I guess another trick might come in.
Yeah, the player might be able to set up a heart.
Yeah. Three rounds of clubs, you rough and you play spade and spade. Nah, he can still exit the fourth club.
The ace of clubs drew the 5 from south. Do you think that North knows his partner has the queen of clubs?
Yes, I think so.
Because with Jack third of clubs, he would surely have followed with his smallest club under the ace. So it's possible that North might underlead his clubs to the queen, and then king of hearts and a heart wrap, king of hearts. He doesn't know what the heart position is.
The best spot is club to the queen and small heart.
Yep.
And keep
control of the heart suit.
Donc le meilleur flanc, c'est de jouer trèfle sous le roi. Le 5 de trèfle, il manque le 3. Donc c'est Jérôme doit savoir qu'il y a la dame de trèfle en face. Et il faut garder roi 10 de cœur pour les faire et rejouer petit cœur coupé de... Donc c'est un flanc aux petits oignons, ça. Mais on va... Voilà, il a joué petit trèfle. Et petit cœur, bravo.
Very nicely done by Combezieux. So now if East plays king of spades and spade, South can get out with the jack of diamonds and get his 2 heart tricks at the end. Well done.
Donc 200 pour Nord-Sud, ça devrait faire 3e P pour...
Yeah. Well earned by North-South. That was intelligent defense. And they lead 10-2. I think the 2 imps came from a score adjustment on the first board where the part score was number of under tricks wasn't written correctly. And a very strange contract by the Chinese on this board in the closed room, in the other room. 5 diamonds after a precision diamond opening. South elected to respond, sorry, a natural diamond opening, I think. Elected to respond 2 diamonds rather than 2 clubs. And I guess no game is particularly good, but 3 no trumps is the one that you can bring home today.
Donc une réponse difficile en sud, ça mérite peut-être 3 carreaux. Ou je ne sais pas s'il fera un forcing manche.
Can or should North double 3 hearts here? And how does 5 clubs play? I think if you take the right view in the club suit, you might make 5 clubs.
Réveil par contre.
3 hearts doubled. Obviously, the defenders have 2 diamond tricks to cash, but they might not take them.
Voilà, mais c'est pas le style des Français de chercher les comptes punitifs. Donc Jérôme préfère dire 300 atouts.
Okay. North elected to rebid 3-0, hoping or expecting that he'd find some of his partner's diamond honors and clubs. South hasn't passed it yet. From his point of view, he knows he has bad clubs, so it's going to be very difficult to set that suit up. You could understand him bidding 4 diamonds on this auction. Okay, let's see how the play goes in 3-0. Duck the first heart, win the second. You have 3 spade tricks, 3 diamonds and a heart. So you need to get the clubs going, and very fortunately for you, you can do that.
Donc il faut qu'il affranchisse les trèfles. Et donc l'hypothèse de nécessité, c'est que l'as de trèfle soit derrière le roi. Pour qu'il n'y ait pas de rentrée dans la main qui a les cœurs maîtres. Donc je vois bien Jérôme monter au mort à l'as de cœur et jouer le valet de trèfle.
So let's look at the practicalities, P.O. We duck the heart lead and win the seconds, probably pitching a club from dummy.
Yeah.
Now, if we cash our spade and diamond winners, do we risk setting up an extra winner for the defense? Or do we cut ourselves off from the club suit? Do we have to play clubs before diamonds? That runs the risk of going, let's say, 3 down if West gets in with a club honor.
And we are vulnerable.
Yeah. It's not so clear that you play on clubs. We can all see it works, but it does need a minor miracle. The alternative of finding diamonds breaking and then going for some sort of end play. You run the jack of spades, cash off your spade and diamond winners and throw Easton with the 4th spade to lead clubs for you. It's a lot cheaper if you're wrong.
Say we try 1, 2, 3 spades and 1, 2, 3 diamonds. And then
play a club to
on
the
that
king.
fade we play a club. What happens? We've lost the heart. We will lose a diamond. And can we lose more than 2 clubs?
Probably not. You have to play for this lie of the clubs, otherwise you're not going to. When you play a club,
when we play
10
a club,
king, you have to play for a singleton 10, don't you? Since
yeah, so 10, king, ace, and we cash the diamond, and we exit.
He's only got clubs
Club,
left.
we just
He's
cover.
followed suit to everything.
Just cover the club.
And we know that East has only 3 spades and 2 hearts and 4 diamonds, because if he had a 4th spade, he would have cashed it. So maybe De Clara can combine his chances, testing the diamonds, and still make it. What do you think, Michel?
I don't know.
Well, he can. I mean, he keeps it as cheap as possible.
I trust in Rombo.
Yeah, but do you know his style? Is he a cautious person? Does he want to get out as cheaply as possible?
He plays a mini no trump. How cautious can he be?
I guess it may be too likely that East has 4 spades after West's preempt. Well, if that is the case, East has 4 spades and 3 diamonds. He will need to cash the diamonds first.
But he will take the spade finesse first, won't he? Diamond to dummy.
Yes.
Spade finesse.
Yes,
Not covered, I expect.
Now, suppose East has 4 spades and 3 diamonds. You then should cash the diamonds and exit a spade to East, and he would have to play clubs. If you have 4, 2, 3, 4. So, and when he sees that it fails, he can then exit with the king of clubs instead of that spade.
But what happens in the spade suit is going to be quite revealing, because if de Cleyre crosses to a diamond and plays the jack of spades, West might well duck.
True.
And now when West ducks is known to, and you repeat the spade finesse, you know that West has 4 spades, because he would cover from king third.
Yeah, so he's back to the previous way to make it. So yes, we trust Trombo. But do we trust West not to cover?
Good question.
Donc laisser passer et retour pique.
Ah, defender shifted to a spade at trick 2. So now North knows that West doesn't have an entry. So he knows where the ace of clubs is.
Il est au mort, il va pouvoir jouer trèfle. Donc, Rombaud connaît 6 ou 7 cœurs et 4 piques au roi. Donc il y a un singleton à trèfle ou à carreau. Il n'y a pas d'espoir de trouver les carreaux 3-3. Il faut qu'il trouve sa levée à trèfle. Donc
For West had a singleton.
It's also interesting, should he? No, he shouldn't.
Well,
West might have queen 10 doubleton of clubs, and then he should duck the club to next time play the king. In case East, after club ace, would continue a heart. East is being pretty helpful.
Well, de Cleyre has some communications problems, but I guess he'll play a spade to the queen and a club to the 7.
Yeah.
Or you could even cash the queen of spades and ace of spades.
But he doesn't know where the king of spades is. Might be with east still. And then he would cut his communications completely by going back with the spade.
So De Cler actually just led the jack of clubs from dummy.
Yes.
And now he's going to lose another club trick, but he'll only lose 3 clubs and one heart.
Bon voilà, il les a fait, il va laisser un trèfle à la dernière levée.
So De Cler is up to 5 tricks. The ace of hearts is 6, the king, queen of diamonds are 8, and the 9 of clubs. Another one, he might have played for
Un petit coup de 13 pour
over
les
trick.
Français.
Club M play. Okay, 13 imps, very nicely done. Your faith in Rombaud was justified.
Thank you.
And we move on to a strong no trump from East in the closed room, with which nobody could argue except West. After a spade lead, the defenders took 10 tricks, 4 diamonds, 5 spades, and the ace of clubs. Hard to argue with that. So 1 no trump was a good save against the opponent's 3 no trumps.
Or 4 spades.
Minus 400 against their plus 430. A rare match point save.
Mm-hmm.
So Stamen by West.
Mm-hmm.
That might well turn out to be the winning move if North passes it out. You might get out for down 300 in that, perhaps, on a good day. 2 spade losers, 3 diamonds, 1 or 2 clubs, and the queen of hearts.
Voilà. Jérôme n'a pas de réveil sur 2 cœurs. Donc les Chinois ont trouvé un bon contrat par rapport à celui d'un sans atout.
Not easy.
Voilà, l'entame-cœur sous la dame, c'est la stratégie souvent en face d'un stéman faible. Malheureusement, il n'y a rien à couper au mort et il tombe mal.
Well, it's often right to lead trumps on these auctions, but when the opponents win it and play trumps back, your decision looks less inspired. So the car is up to 5 heart tricks and a club trick for 6. Can he find a 7th?
Yeah.
Voilà, une 7e pour les Chinois, le retour valet de trèfle sans doute.
Maybe. That club wasn't the best.
Yes, I think the car is up to 7, isn't he now?
Yep.
Donc ça.
So this is going to be China's first significant pickup of the match. Car still has hopes of getting out for down one, from making the contract, I should say, but 3 diamonds, 2 spades and a club look almost inevitable.
All right.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you, sorry.
So, it's up to 9 imps for China. They picked up 7 for vulnerable under tricks here. Well done by West to escape from 1 no-trump. And we move to board 7, where a Stamen auction for north-south led to 3 hearts down 1, 2 hearts, a spade, and a club.
Everybody, we want to quickly update you on the results of the matches. So Italy is trying to stop Netherlands from his run to the top of the ranking, but she's not doing a super great job because Netherlands is actually winning against Italy. And Bangladesh, we unfortunately have to say that he's not doing his great job as he used to be, because he's been defeated by Chinese Taipei by a lot. Instead, we have to say that in the last positions of the ranking of the qualifying team, Sweden and Monaco are back in the race. They were 11th and somewhere down like 14 or 15 position, and instead now they are 7 and 8, so they're really back in the place. And the most interesting match right now is Brazil against USA 1, because they are actually fighting for the 4th and the 6th position of the ranking. Alberto, do you want to say something about it?
Well, about Venice Cup, the most interesting match is for sure the one between Israel and Netherlands.
Yeah.
Dutch ladies seems to have become humans, because as yesterday after two matches they had scored 40 points. Now if the match is finished like this, they're just scoring 18 points in 2 matches. So they are just becoming humans, but they are still very well.
Or the Israeli girls are fighting very good with
Or
them.
the Israel, yeah, of course. There are always 2 ways to see the things.
Yeah.
Also here, Italy is trying to get back now it is 11th. It's trying to, and it's fighting with USA 1, which is 10, and they are fighting for a position in the final ranking, in the first 8. I mean.
Yeah. Sweden is back in the 8th. They are 7th.
Mm-hmm.
As Sila was saying, they are doing quite a good job.
I'm sorry, but I've not always had a nice on Sweden, but like Carlotta seems to. But I don't know. Well, in Dorsey Trophy, France is still keeping the head of the ranking very well. And here we can say that at the moment they are 6 teams: France, USA 2, Australia, Sweden, Italy, and Israel, that had a kind of
they keep on switching places.
Yes, they keep on switching places, but they have a good vintage on the 7th and the 8th teams. And there are 2 matches very important. Israel against Sweden. Now I've noticed Sweden.
Now you're back on Sweden, huh?
Now I've noticed Sweden. They are fighting to become one of the first 4 teams, and same things we can say for the Australia and USA 1. I mean, Australia is fighting to become first or second. USA 1 is fighting to go and USA 2. I mean, they are fighting for the The USA 1 again is fighting to enter the first 8 position.
So I'm really wondering who are going to be in the knockouts, because it's like they keep on switching places, they keep on switching positions.
But you mean in the seniors?
No, in general.
Generally, no.
Yeah.
You cannot say
Whereas
that
it's still
after
too
5
early.
matches.
Yeah, it's
After
too early.
5 matches. Well, of course, for example, in the Bermuda Bowl, you can say that Netherlands for sure, USA 1, USA 2, it's not easy, but say between Brazil, Sweden, Monaco, Bulgaria, who's going to be...
They are all there because they can
it's not
still
easy.
qualify,
Exactly the same speech for
the
women.
ladies, yeah.
Netherlands again, is China, shouldn't have too many problems.
Yeah.
But then
Between the 7th and the 12th position, they're almost there because it's like 10 points.
10 points. So
it's in one match you can.
yes, yeah,
get
you can
defeated
recover. You can recover and go in the 8th.
Okay, so I have to say that a lot of junior are approaching now the venue. They are registering for the junior championship, so we will have a lot of kids around soon, which is quite nice because it's always young to see young faces around. And we'll go back to the VuGraph with our match.
It was very nice from her to say that it's nice to have young people here.
Oh,
Thank you very much, Carlotta.
Are you playing in the kids team or in the under 21?
I'm just joking.
Okay.
No problem.
Thank you guys.
Thank
See you
you.
later.
Bye.
Bye.
If his partner had the bear queen or the bear jack, he might push declarer towards taking the right view in the heart suit. When left to his own devices, he might get it wrong. A simple club continuation seems as sensible as anything.
Le coup va être vite chuté. So if the defenders play a third club, you don't have enough trumps, do you, to pitch a heart from dummy and rough in hand, play 3 rounds of diamonds pitching a heart, and exit with a low heart? Maybe you do. The defense give you 2 rough and discards.
Yeah, I think it works with the club.
Yep.
Continuation.
But East knew better than that. He cashed the ace of hearts and got out in diamonds, and declarer would just concede. Down 1, which, as we all know, is good bridge. This moment, the Dutch women and the Dutch Open team are top of their divisions. Closed room. What was going on here?
Donc sur cette main, Sud a de quoi dire 4 piques et Ouest a de quoi reparler sur 4 piques. Il ne va pas laisser jouer.
So West, I think, removed 4 spades to 4-no to suggest long hearts and a subsidiary minor, which could either be clubs or diamonds. East said, let's hope it's clubs. West disappointed him, and East passed before somebody doubled him, and he was right to do so. North, on the other hand, was very clearly wrong not to double 5 diamonds. Minus 158, to quote the Black Knight, was a mere scratch. And by contrast, here West has opened 4 hearts, reasonable enough, and doubled 4 spades to say, I had a good 4 heart bid.
I want to bid. Oui, le contre. Donc West a ouvert de 4 cœurs et sur 4 piques, il a dit contre pour dire j'ai envie de jouer 5, mais on ne sait jamais si tu as envie de passer. Voilà. Et
Okay. North might have redoubled that.
S n'avait pas envie de jouer 5. Donc les piques peuvent gagner.
Defenders have 2 club tricks and a diamond trick, but declarer has enough entries in the red suits that he can start by cashing the ace of spades and still be sure to get back to dummy for the trump finesse. And I'm a little surprised that North didn't redouble 4 spades. Once in a while, when your partner bids 4 spades with 5 spades and a longer minor, he runs Has West underled the ace of diamonds to the first trick? I can't see his card. It might be the 10 of hearts.
10 of hearts, probably.
10 of hearts, right. Underleading the ace of diamonds wasn't unreasonable. So, Combusco finessing at the first trick.
Oops.
He might play the ace of hearts now and pitch a club, I suppose, if he's roughs in. There's not much risk associated with that.
Me permet de dire que faire l'impasse cœur, même si elle est sûre, ne paraît pas très utile. Bon, il joue l'as de cœur qui va être coupé et le problème des atouts sera réglé.
Shouldn't you rough in with a queen?
Probably.
I mean, now and then partner has the jack or something.
Yep, you're right. You're absolutely right. Can hardly hurt. Anyway, declarer is now trying for an over trick.
Bon, un bon coup, combien ça fait 10e P? 10e P.
So that is 10 imps to France, leading 33-9. Move to a hand where they played 4 spades on a 4-3 fit, collecting 150. Strong 2-no trumps, Stamen, 3 diamonds, it seems to be denying a major. Maybe some confusion because North obviously raised spades. I don't know whether he thought his partner had 3 or 4, but no real harm came of it. Does look like a relatively quiet board in all our other matches. Game making 430 or 460 is the normal result. In fact, no major swings anywhere.
Six diamonds didn't make.
Pio points out that everybody's contract of 6 diamonds requires very little except the Queen Jack of diamonds on the side, clubs behaving one of the ace or queen of spades right, plus some good guesswork. Surprising, more pairs haven't bid it.
Yeah.
Bon, le contrat de 300 atouts ne devrait pas poser de problème puisque tout est placé. Donc, il faut voir si Est met le roi de cœur ou pas. S'il met le roi de cœur, la ligne de jeu, c'est d'affranchir les carreaux. Et s'il le met aussi. Voilà.
Notice that Guadeloupe is holding US 2 back, leading by 12.
6 diamonds was attempted by the Austrians in the seniors, and very disappointing that they didn't manage to find a way home. Otherwise, Pierre would have given them the best bid hand of the year on the spot.
Are you suggesting I'm a result merchant?
Not at all.
Donc là, François Combescure peut essayer les piques sans danger. Voilà, pique.
So after heart lead, the declarer has 3 hearts and 2 clubs, and the natural thing to do seems to be to play ace of diamonds and a low diamond, protecting against queen jack of 4th of diamonds on your right. If the defenders clear hearts, it looks as if you might only take 9 tricks.
Bon, il va tenter la 11e avec l'impasse à pique, peut-être. Le style des Chinois, c'est d'ouvrir avec 11 points en première position. Voilà. Ils jouent précision dans cette salle.
So in the closed room, North opened a diamond in 4th seat. Can hardly blame him for that. He was hoping to hear something other than 2 clubs from his partner. Whether or not North should pass 2 clubs, he didn't. He bid 2 diamonds and played there down a trick on a heart lead. Defenders have 2 hearts, a club and 3 diamonds off the top. The 8 of hearts lead might have persuaded West to win the ace and underlead the king of hearts.
un carreau, 2 trèfles d'intervention de François Combescure, contre d'appel, sur compte chez Rombaud.
So here it was East who opened the 11 count, and Combescure overcalled 2 clubs with a fair amount of offense and a 4-leafed clover that he normally carries for good fortune. And this time it's East who's got to be declarer in 2 hearts. The redouble, Michel, typically by North, just a good hand?
Good hand.
Defensive?
Yes, probably not. He doesn't feel like overbid over to over opponent.
So the diamond lead by North. He'll win the ace and play back the... Well, I suppose he could play a club at trick 2, but it seems more natural to play a diamond because the diamond tricks can't wait, whereas the club return through can always come later. Combescure playing the 10 of spades back. An interesting choice.
Well, North returned the 10 of diamonds.
Right. The question was whether he would play the king or queen of spades in that position. But he was worried that declarer had a singlet of spade and that it was essential to put the partner in with the ace and not risk losing the second rough.
Donc ça va faire un swing pour les Français. On a 5 levées, il reste le roi de trèfle et la dame de cœur à faire. Deux de chute 200, additionné au 100, un swing de 7 pour les Français.
It's hard to argue too much with West's choice of a negative double here. He did have the other 3 suits in a reasonable hand. You can argue with East's choice of opening bid if you like, but that's part of the system to open balance to 11 counts. So maybe you have to blame South for the bad result for East-West. Defenders get one more trump trick for 2 down. And as predicted, 7 imps to France, who now lead by 40 to 10. 6 deals to go. Closed room. 3 diamond preempt by Zhao. Takeout double by West. Pretty heavy jump to 4 spades by East, presumably downgrading his diamond cards. And 4 spades made exactly 10 tricks. Well judged. We can see that 6 spades has been attempted here and there with no noticeable success. Precision diamond by West. He opened 1 diamond. He has 1 of them. Very precise.
Bon, et François Combessure n'a pas parlé de ses carreaux du tout.
You see the 6 spades. Oh, there.
So here we have much less information for declarer to work with. Given the way the trump spots are, I suppose it's best to try and ruff hearts in hand rather than rough diamonds in dummy. You certainly don't want to play trumps too early on this hand. You might need to ruff a club and 2 hearts in hand, so maybe win the queen of clubs, perhaps with the king, in case North has a singleton club. It's not at all an obvious hand as to which hand to try and ruff in, and which club honor to win, and which suit to go after first.
Déclarant va sans doute prendre du roi de trèfle du mort, l'entame, et pour jouer son singleton carreau. Il devrait y avoir dilevé assez facilement en coupant deux carreaux au mort.
Yes, the problem with roughing diamonds in dummy is that when trumps don't break,
Oui.
you might have a trump trick. If you can rough hearts in hands, it's maybe slightly different, but there isn't an obvious play, is there?
Let US play 2 diamonds. Yeah.
1 diamond, double, 1 spade. Maybe.
Donc François Combessure est en main. Il a le choix entre rejouer le 10 de cœur et un petit trèfle. Moi je dirais qu'il va rejouer un petit trèfle. Parce que 10 de cœur, on risque de donner la position des cœurs. Hein, on n'est pas sûr de ce qui se passe.
As Michel says, the 10 of hearts might be safe, but it also might pick up your partner's heart suit.
Yeah.
I suppose if you were feeling devious, you might shift to the 9 of hearts, in case partner had queen on one or king on one when declarer might misguess, but once you've shown a void in spades, I don't think declarer is going to fall for that.
Par ailleurs, le déclarant est en train de couper les carreaux morts. On aimerait bien le faire couper en même temps de sa main. Donc, il faut voir quel est... Il manque le 4 et 3 à trèfle, donc il y a peut-être 4 cartes à trèfle chez le partenaire.
So South has led the two of clubs. Declarer must win the king, of course. The good news is that when he plays a third club, if he plays a third club, South must win it.
Voilà, cœur las, carreau coupé, il va couper un cœur de la main, il lui restera dame 8 de pique pour cravater le 9 de pique de nord. Voilà.
So declarer roughed a diamond, played a third club which South has won. North wins the heart, he can play back a trump, but declarer can then set about his cross ruff. I think he's timed it so that he's got a trump coup at the end. I don't think he can be stopped from making his last 4 trumps separately. And that will give him an over trick and an imp. Closed room, east-west for France, played in 3 spades. The 2 spades opening bid.
10 to 14.
10 to 14. Okay. So East made 1 try for game, and you can see that 4 spades is probably where you want to be, even on a diamond lead. It doesn't look much worse than one of the minor suit finesses. The cards fit well.
Ah, il joue un cran au-dessus. Hein. L'ouverture implique, c'est normal de faire une tentative de manche avec la main d'Est. Elle a accepté.
East-West play a fairly light opening bid style, so once East invites game, West is always going to accept. It's a little surprising that West rejected the invitation in the closed room, but I guess if he'd shown 10 to 14 and 6 spades, the red suit honors really didn't seem to be pulling their full weight. The cards just happened to fit very well. It would be a terrible result at match points. You can see everybody's bid to game, but here will cost 6 imps. It's not a tragedy, and you can understand why both players did what they did. After a heart lead, it does seem normal to win the King of Hearts and lead a low trump from hand. And eventually you'll take the club finesse for 11 tricks and 6 imps to China.
Bon, donc un mauvais coup. En salle fermée, c'était 2 piques 10-14, 200 tours relais, 3 trèfles minimum. Et comme Estoise sont non vulnérables, les deux joueurs ont sous-bidé. L'un a dit qu'il était minimum, l'autre n'a pas voulu demander la manche avec ses 11 points.
So 6 imps back to China. 4 deals to go. They trail by 24. We've caught up the other room where after a no-trump opening bid from East, 2 clubs for the majors, 2 spades, perhaps clubs, 3 spades from North ending the auction. North-South have 2 spades, a diamond and a club to lose off the top, and quite a lot of work to do along the way. Same no-trump opening bid here, of course.
Le lundi, pareil.
It's hard to imagine South not showing the majors if he can.
What does it say about?
2 clubs is the majors. 2 no trumps here by West, I assume, is a more traditional Lebenssoul sequence showing a hand weak in 1 minor in all probability. And the question will be whether North will balance with 3 spades. Not at all clear whether he should. In the closed room, the defense to 3 spades started with the ace of clubs lead and a second club. Declarer played a diamond, East won it and shifted to a heart. So now Declarer has a cross ruff of sorts coming. The question is how many tricks he will emerge with at the end of it.
Donc 2 trèfles les majeurs, 200 atouts Texas trèfle, 3 trèfles en Est, et c'est à Jérôme de voir s'il réveille. À mon avis, s'il réveille, il peut réveiller par 3 piques en risquant de jouer dans le 4 et 3, ou par 3 carreaux, après tout il en a 7.
If you had to guess, you would think that partner, you rate it to have 16 total trumps.
Voilà, 3 carreaux, c'est plus 5 que 3 piques, hein, de toute façon. Ah. Il y a eu une alerte, ça a mal été compris tout ça. Ça va mal finir.
It looks as if South interpreted 3 diamonds as bid your longer major, whereas you might have guessed that North might have bid directly over 2 no trumps if he just wanted his partner to do that. Okay, well, East doubled 3 spades for penalties. Not exactly clear how he knew to do that, since facing King, Queen, 6 of clubs, he would not have had that many tricks on defense. And North, maybe East knew that North had bid 3 diamonds natural. I guess he was the same side of the screen. 4 diamonds doubled. Now that rates to go for 500, I think. A club, a spade, and 3 diamonds if declarer guesses correctly. So this will be a bonus swing to China because of the misunderstanding for North-South. And well doubled by West, by the way. He didn't have much of anything, but he did have some defense to diamonds in the context of having shown a weak hand. So nicely done. In the other room, 3 spades went down a trick. And of course 3 diamonds would have gone down 1, 3 spades would have gone down 1.
Donc, après l'entame-laisse de trèfle, la main du déclarant devrait être connue. 2 cartes à trèfle, 7 carreaux, 3 piques, par les enchères.
See at one table that East-West bid and made 3 no trumps with the East-West cards. He got the King of Diamonds lead, saving a guess in that suit. Presumably North had bid diamonds, so declarer set up clubs and could take the heart finesse and just lost a club, 2 spades and a heart. Easy game bridge.
Je pense qu'il va rejouer trèfle pour enlever la rentrée du roi de trèfle, du mort. Voilà.
Yep, killing the heart suit for declarer. And there's no major suit squeeze at the end of the day.
I wonder how you land in 2 diamonds.
Yes, a very good question, I guess. 2 clubs, double, 2 diamonds, how about like that?
Yeah.
If it was played by South, 1 no trump, 2 diamonds, pass. That's more likely, actually.
Sweden played North. Jordan I can understand. Ah, 4 diamonds double. Yeah.
Yes, that's us.
That's right.
So it does look as if declarer is going to lose the obvious tricks. 1 club, 3 diamonds, and a spade at the end.
Voilà, 509 IMP pour la Chine.
So the margin is 15 for France. Late comeback by China, who'd been held virtually scoreless to this point in the match. 4-spade contract by North-South. Dumb is diamond, losers go on the ace-king hearts. You can cross-ruff, and the only question is how many trump losers you've got. Rates to be about 3. So I guess you want to avoid getting beyond 4 spades, and you want to play 4 spades rather than 3 no trumps, which might have a chance to mate because the ace of spades is doubleton, but would be very ugly on a club lead. I wonder how in the Bermuda Bowl the Monaco East-West got to 3 diamonds doubled on the East-West cards. Answers on the back of a postcard, please.
Donc un cœur, un pique, 2 cœurs. Nord n'a pas tellement d'autres enchères que 3 trèfles. Et Sud devra choisir entre 300 atouts et 3 piques. Moi je pense qu'il va dire 300 atouts, mais... Ah, 200 atouts.
Presumably that's forcing.
Probably. En face d'une 6e, maintenant les enchères de 200 atouts sont forcées.
When South has shown 6 hearts, I know that Eric Kokish believes you never want to play 2 no trump natural.
Right.
I'm not sure that that's a good idea, but I can understand why you would feel that way. 2 no, of course, could be a transfer to clubs, but that's relatively unusual to do that sort of thing.
Oui.
Well, what else can it be? I mean,
J'ai pas vu d'alerte pour l'enchère de 200 atouts. Ah, 200 atouts, voilà.
my answer wouldn't have been 3 diamonds.
3 piques, 4
3
piques.
clubs.
Voilà, d'accord.
Aha.
In the closed room, the defenders against 4 spades led the 10 of diamonds. Declare a cash dummies 3 red suit winners. Then the ace-king of clubs and led a 3rd club. East roughed in with the 10 of spades to play a 2nd diamond. Declarer played another club. So East scored his jack and 10 of spades in over roughs, and West scored the ace of spades for 10 tricks. Slightly different position here after a club lead rather than a diamond lead. 7 of clubs is consistent with shortness, but it could also be 3rd highest from 4. When the first club goes to the 10, it does look like club length, doesn't
Il a
it?
décidé d'affranchir les trèfles. C'est pas une bonne idée parce qu'ils sont 5-2.
So I guess you cash the ace-king of hearts and pitch diamonds and maybe play ace of diamonds, rough a diamond, and another club up?
Oui, dans,
Interesting. So de Klerk did not cash the red suit winners. He roughed a heart at once,
Oh,
which hasn't done any particular harm
yet.
yet. If the defenders shift to trumps, they only get one trump trick, but they can stop the club rough. If they don't shift to trumps, de Klerk just plays to rough the fourth club and dummy.
Trying to make old tricks somehow.
So now de Klerk had better cash the ace of diamonds and the ace king of hearts. If he doesn't, he actually does run the risk of going down. He will go down. He'll lose a diamond, a club over off, and the ace of spades. I think that heart rough to hand was perhaps not well advised.
Voilà, retour carreau, prix de l'as, as roi de cœur forcément. Tout se passe bien pour le moment. Donc Jérôme pose des questions, essaye de lire les mains adverses. Et il est obligé de jouer carreau coupé, oui. Il est obligé de jouer carreau coupé et retrèfle. Il va perdre 3 atouts.
I think at this moment in the various tables, the Dutch are right at the top in 2, the French women and the French Open team are right at the top, and USA Open, one of their teams, and USA Seniors are in second place in 2 divisions. So seem to have divided the world between them.
Voilà. Égalité.
10 tricks made. No swing. 2 deals to go. Our first 2 hours of the match are up, so they have 20 minutes for the last 2 deals. And this one was played in 1 no trump by West, making plus 90 for France. Low-level part scores generally made by East-West. And a strongish no trump from East will end the auction. I suppose you're in a little jeopardy in 1 no trump on a club lead. The problem is that after 4 rounds of clubs, South is end played. So it does look as if Declarer will find a 7th trick one way or another. He only has 5 winners for sure, but South has to give him something maybe both early and late.
Donc roi de trèfle qui promet une bonne couleur, prix de l'as, et retour trèfle, c'est normal. Donc effectivement, après les 4 levées de trèfle, ça va être dur de rejouer.
You would think that Declarer, I suppose he has to pitch a spade from dummy on the 4th club. I don't think he can afford to pitch a heart. So after 4 rounds of clubs, if South shifts to a spade, then Declarer has 6 easy tricks, but he doesn't have a 10th by force.
Donc Combescure a pris du valet pour dire j'ai des cœurs. Je joue la dame. 2 de carreau, j'ai 5 cartes à carreau.
So Declarer did pitch a heart from dummy, perhaps because North discouraged in hearts. Guess that South will shift to the 8 of spades.
Et,
And notice that if he does, Declarer can take 4 tricks in the spade suit.
There's no problem making 8 tricks. Just cash out all your winners in the right order and exit with the jack of hearts.
voilà.
8 of spades, the predicted play. Now Declarer has a finesse in spades, and I think he'll take it. If he leads the 6 of spades and North follows low, I don't think he'll play South to have played the 8 of spades from 9-8-7. So declare is up to 7 tricks, 4 spades, a heart and 2 diamonds. If South plays back the 8 of diamonds, North must remember not to cover. Okay, another over trick to China, edging slightly closer, down 14, and plus 120 on this deal. Again, a quiet.
Sans atout 10-12, non vulnérable chez Rombaud, voilà.
Do you think that might tempt East or West into the auction? Michelle, I don't think it should, but it might. I think 1-0 trump will become the final contract, and Declarer will win the opening heart lead and try and find the Queen of Diamonds. Even if he misguesses it, the best the defenders can do is take a diamond and 5 spades. And in this instant, the French Open team are in the lead by a fraction of a victory point in the Bermuda Bowl round robin. Is there any reason, P.O., not to put the Jack of Hearts in and play a diamond to the 10?
Donc les Français sont passés en tête pour le moment, devant USA 1 et les Pays-Bas. Mais les autres ne sont pas loin, hein, donc on est à peine au début du championnat.
So on a good day at this point, East would be able to win the ace of spades and 5 club tricks in his partner's hand. But if he cashes the ace of spades first, his partner will encourage and he'll continue that suit. He's actually played the king of clubs. It comes to the same thing. Declarer will cash all his winners and exit gracefully. Defenders will take the rest and China will pick up another imp and finish up losing by just 13, having scored the last 17 imps in this match to narrow the margin from 30 to 13. Our restart time is 10 after 5, 10 past 5. We'll be back with Sweden, USA 1. Bermuda Bowl.
2nd and 6. You manage? Yes. Okay. Sweden, US 1. Okay, I hope Brang is getting.
Hello everybody, we are here after the match. So France defeated China 40-25 and she's back in the lead because she's really close to Netherlands now, just 1 point down. So we are actually getting closer, so there's not any more running, and so actually it's changed right now. So probably yes, she's actually first. So it's fabulous. They got to be first, and Usatu is second, and Netherlands is back in the 3rd position.
Yes, and France has to say thank you to Italy because Italy beat the Netherlands for 23-12.
Oh, wow, that's a great result. Well done, us, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, let's clap hand. Give me a high five. No, I'm actually a great supporter of also of the Netherlands because my friends are there, but we did a great job. So yeah. And what's about the other matches? What's about the Venice Cup and the Senior Cup?
No, first I want to say something about France. Usually, traditionally, France are very strong in ladies team and seniors team. This time, they still are very strong in seniors, but it never happened that France was first in a round robin in the last 20 years. I mean, of Bermuda Bowl. On the contrary, ladies, we can go and see. Ladies are just in 9th position in the Venice Cup. In the Venice
Which
Cup,
is unusual.
yeah. In the Venice Cup, where, as we say, now Netherlands is not anymore a monster team, because still is first in the ranking, but just 4 points ahead of England. And the match between Italy and USA won, who could decide if one of the two teams could go out of the run for the qualification. There is a tight, almost a pair, so they both could have some chance to qualify.
Yeah, we didn't say anything about Poland, but Poland is also there. They are fourth and they're not far. So we have to say that it's really close. So we never talked about them, but they're a very strong team, and we know about it. So they're coming from the juniors, and they were really strong. So
you know every team who comes from the juniors.
Of course, I work for both the tournaments, so that's how we get to know each other.
So to make you happy, and we can talk about juniors, about Dorsey Trophy.
I didn't know them when they were juniors, but I guess they've been juniors.
Once they have been juniors, maybe once they have been juniors. So in here, the most important match was the one between Australia and between Australia and
Australian is what's going on with Australia? They beat it user one.
Yes, by
28
to 3. So Australia now is keeping 3rd position in a very good position, while USA one has to fight hard to try to enter the 8 qualified teams.
Yeah, and Israel is 4th, so it's also really close, as Sweden and Italy and Japan, they're all there, so it's still everything can happen.
Your Sweden here has lost against Israel, but this is not your Sweden. I mean, in seniors you are not so interested.
No, it's like no, it's not that I'm interested in Sweden. Stop saying that. It's like all of them are very good friends, and when they spend time with us, they're also nice. So, but also Israel, I'm a very good friend of Israeli people.
Yeah. Before Carlotta will close this as usual, I want to say that still in the first match, Garozzo was the most viewed player on BBO.
Of course, he's like a legend, so everybody has. It's impossible. It's like Messi is playing in a championship and you're not watching him. That's you have to. So thank you, everybody, and we will come back in kind of 20 minutes when the next match will start, and we have a special guest. So stay tuned. Bye.